Hello and welcome to the Alchemy Laboratory. Today I wanted to start a new series of videos about the different extraction methods for the vegetable kingdom. And I figured I'd start with the simplest that most people already probably know, and that is infusions. Now, the most common type of infusion that most people have heard about is tea. Now, the difference between tea and an infusion is the steeping time. For most teas, we'll use chamomile as an example, you would steep it for roughly 3 minutes. What you end up with there is flavored water, essentially. Yes, you do get some of the constituents of the plant, but not enough to make it truly medicinal. For chamomile, we would want it to steep 5 to 8 minutes, maybe even a few hours if you wanted something a little bit more concentrated. So let's get into the basics of it. What is an infusion? An infusion is made by steeping or soaking certain plant materials in water that is boiling. So what you would do is you would bring water to boiling, then take it off the heat, and then you would put plant material in it. Typically leaves, flowers, things like that. The harder parts of the plant, such as roots, nuts, dry berries, you would need to make a decoction out of that, which I will be getting into in a later video. But for now, basically you would do that, and this extracts the water soluble constituents from your plant. What we have here is, now typically with hibiscus flower, I'm going to use this as an example, you would want to make a decoction, which is how it's typically made. But here we have an infusion. See, what I did was I brought water to a boil, and then I put flowers in there and allowed them to extract. Now this is just the water soluble constituents. There is other extraction with other menstruums such as alcohol, oils, honeys, etc. But for this example we're going to use water. We can talk about other menstruums in a later video. Now this is probably cooled off a little bit. Let's taste it. That's tasty. Now you can sweeten this with honey, sugar, or drink it as is. It's going to make it a little bit more palatable, but it should be good either way. It is medicine after all. So as you can see, infusions are actually fairly simple. Now there are more complicated extraction methods, which we will get into, but I just wanted to do like a basic down and dirty simplified of what it is. And just remember, infusion is a tea. Although there is cold infusion. Well, now that I think about it, I'll go ahead and mention that briefly. You can also soak certain plants, again the softer parts of the plant, in just room temperature, if not cold water, and extract water soluble constituents that way. But typically you would have to have an extraction time of overnight, at least a few hours. Whereas with boiling water, usually you can get away with it, in a few minutes, or in the case of nettle tea, a few hours. But typically speaking, it's a few minutes versus overnight. But either method is acceptable. You're basically allowing it's called a constituent, but the medicine of the plant to dissolve in the water, essentially. And that's how you make medicine. So thank you for watching this episode of the Alchemy Laboratory and this new series. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And every little bit helps. Thank you.